Shocking glimpse behind the scenes. Check it out, okay?
Soon the Sunday laws will be enforced, and men in positions of trust will be embittered against the little handful of God's commandment-keeping people. 4 Manuscript Release, page 278, 1909.
Good afternoon. My name is Claudia Allen. I serve as the Executive Director of Adventist Peace Fellowship, and we gather in a moment that Scripture would recognize. Last month on April the 8th, the White House published a press release entitled Peace Through Strength, Operation Epic Fury Crushes Iranian Threat as Ceasefire Takes Hold.
That's right.
Welcome to Sojourners Outpost TV, brightening the path for stumbling and weary feet. I'm Pauline.
Just like good Adventists, always worried about the prophecy, but never worried about the people. Watching what the Pope is doing. Oh, the Pope is American now. The Pope is from Chicago now. Oh, what is this going to do? Is the Pope going to be friends with Trump? Is this going to bring in the Sunday Blue Law? Who cares? Who cares? There's people that are dead in our communities. When are we going to turn off the Daniel and Revelation seminar and start feeding and reviving the dead churches in our conference, reviving the dead marriages in our conference, reviving the dead children in our conference, reviving the dead people in our conference?
Good afternoon. My name is Claudia Allen. I serve as the Executive Director of Adventist Peace Fellowship, and we gather in a moment that Scripture would recognize. Last month on April the 8th, the White House published a press release entitled Peace Through Strength, Operation Epic Fury Crushes Iranian Threat as Ceasefire Takes Hold.
That's right.
This declaration of peace in the midst of war calls us to the words of the prophet Jeremiah when he said, "They have heeded the wound of my people lightly, saying peace, peace, when there is no peace." As I stand before you today, there is no peace. No, beloved, these are not the children of peace. They heed not the command of Christ to be peacemakers. These are the makers of war. The dragon says, "We bomb you in the name of peace." The dragon says, "We will draft your children in the name of freedom." The dragon says, "We will starve Gaza, we will surveil Tehran, we will sanction the poor, and we will call it Christian nationalism." The dragon of Revelation 13 says, "We will spend $900 billion on weapons and tell you there's no money for your grandmother's insulin, no money for your child's lunch, no money for your veteran's surgery." It's the dragon that says peace, peace, when there is no peace. The Adventist Peace Fellowship calls upon our neighbors of every faith and those of no faith at all, the Catholic and the Quaker, the Muslim and the Jew, the Mennonite and the Methodist, the Baptist and the Lutheran, the Episcopalian and the Evangelical. Stand against this unholy war. May the God of peace, who is greater than the men of war, make us troublesome.
Yeah.
No, this is the present truth. Shocking glimpse behind the scenes. Check it out, okay?
Soon the Sunday laws will be enforced, and men in positions of trust will be embittered against the little handful of God's commandment-keeping people. 4 Manuscript Release, page 278, 1909.
Shocking glimpse behind the scenes. Check it out.
The prophecy of Revelation 13 declares that the power represented by the beast with lamb-like horns shall cause, quote, "the earth and them that dwell therein," unquote, to worship the papacy. They're symbolized by the beast, quote, "like unto a leopard," unquote. This prophecy will be fulfilled when the United States shall enforce Sunday observance, which Rome claims as the special acknowledgement of her supremacy.
So journalists, guess what? Literature evangelism must be consistently done. Yes. It's not all about just being on social media. Boots on the ground. Yes. Thanks for watching.